All right, everybody. Welcome. This is episode 0.5.
0.5.
Yeah, we're finally doing this.
Yeah, it's happening. I am the second voice of the BRNDD Podcast.
Yeah. I recorded episode 0 because I'm doing Streetwear Mastered, and part of the project and stuff that I was putting together for that was part of it that I wanted to use. It's been something that I've been working on for most of the year. I've been talking to you about it through most of the process.
Yeah.
And then it kind of forced me to actually get started on it, which was a good thing, and I took advantage of it, and now we're here. So episode 0 was me just talking about, my expectations and why I started and everything, and now I got you here.
Yeah.
Figured, we'll do an introduction of you. And
Cool. My name is Ronald James. I do things. I do things. I design a little bit. I used to have a clothing line, but I still at the heart of it am a designer. I still will wake up in the middle of the night and do a design. It's so weird. So I do stand up. I write. Do a little bit of acting.
Dabble.
Yeah, I do a little bit of production.
Yeah.
So I'm one of those people where creativity kind of takes me wherever my brain goes. But at the heart of it, I do stand up really, really often.
Right.
And I think that we kind of connected because we have common interests.
Yeah.
We both like design and fashion, and I'm not the most fashionable person, but I like simple things. I think comfort.
You have an understanding of
Yeah, comfort and fashion kind of go, to me, hand in hand. Mm-hmm. It should go hand in hand. Right. And I think that people need to know that there is an intersection between quality and comfort and all of these things. And it kind of started off as a clothing thing, right? Us kind of
this thing, yeah. So it kind of evolved. So the initial thing was doing a podcast that was kind of based on creatives and designers getting their information out and their stories out from an inspirational standpoint. Because when I looked at podcasts, I didn't see a lot of them. Right. I found one with like John Buscemi. His was a really inspirational one, and like Bobby Hundreds, but they were like sparse. They were in the midst of other people's podcasts. There wasn't a podcast dedicated to these type of people. So I wanted to interview people in that field, and then just talking to you like, maybe we can get some other type of people on there. And then they expanded, and we just had conversations about all the different people we knew, and we was like, wow, this could be really dope if we had these people tell their stories.
Definitely, man. People have some interesting stories, and everybody's story isn't linear. It's not beginning, middle, end necessarily. And I think it's important that everybody knows that everybody's journey is unique, but you can take pieces of their journey and kind of figure out that just because you have a door closed doesn't mean it's a door forever closed, and that there's opportunities in different places, and to be patient, and creativity is a part of that, and rejection isn't failure. Failure is stopping. You got to know that. So I think it's important to kind of hear these stories where there could have been there's a crossroads for a lot of people. And I think you'll hear in the first episode where this guy kind of has a crossroads where, like, you don't know what you're going to do. There's nothing that indicates that something's going to happen, and then all of a sudden opportunity presents itself, and then you wind up doing something. So I think.
Do you have any expectations for the show? Or?
My expectation is that I think you're an incredibly funny person in a subtle way, and I think that you have a lot to say, and you're quiet. It comes across like at first that you're a quiet person, but I think when people get to hear you talk, you realize that you got a lot to say, and I think it's interesting. So that's my expectation.
Okay.
That as we record, they'll hear who you are as a person. They'll hear the dynamic you can have with somebody, and the way that we work together.
Yeah. Well, just quickly on that, I think we left that out. So Ron and I have known each other for almost like 10 years at this point. Yeah,
10 years. And we've always been cool. We've always been able to laugh at ridiculous things, and it's just a matter of. I think that we were kind of destined to collaborate on something. You just couldn't figure out what it was. Right. And I think that, he'll ask me a question about the line from time to time, and I like to be as involved in it as I can, but it's his baby, and that's what's more. You need your baby, and I'll help however I can. But at the heart of it, we needed to work on something together. And I think this is that thing, which can morph into a million things too, which I like the idea.
I'm excited about.
Yeah. So that's what it is. It started off as a friendship. It still is a friendship that is, we had an idea that we have these cool conversations about creativity, and we know some creative people, and we wanted to highlight that. So that's what branded means to me.
Right.
So, and I'm excited about some of the conversations that'll come out of it.
Definitely. Because the guest list that we have right now, I think is really good.
Yeah.
I don't want to put too many names out because they aren't confirmed yet. Like, we haven't set dates for them. But at the same time, I think for the most part, the people that we have are going to come on. I'm gonna spoil some
names. These people have hearts. These people will walk. I mean, if that gives you some clues, they can talk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, these people can. Some of these people write. Some of these people walk and DJ. Some people just DJ. Some people design.
Some people design. Some people are actors.
Some people tell jokes.
Joke.
So yeah, it's good to have this idea of like, we're not gonna tell you anything. You'll find out slowly but surely, and it'll be cool.
Yeah, and then we got some good segments too. So we have a segment where we kind of ask the person different types of things that are favorite to them. So, their favorite song, favorite movie, favorite book. Yeah. And then Ron actually came up with an idea that we're going to do a playlist to coincide with the show. If you want to,
so we thought, as a cool companion piece to the podcast, this genius idea that he came up with, that we would have a playlist for every person. So every person that we bring to the podcast does a volume of what we call the Branded 10, which gives them an opportunity to give us 10 songs that they're feeling right now, or have felt, or they can relate to, that they're going to submit to us, and we're going to put it on our Spotify music page. We're going to make it a shareable link. We're going to put it on each episode. We'll send a link to it. So when you go to the body of the SoundCloud, you'll see their social media information, and then you'll also see the link to their Branded 10 playlist, which is always going to be dope. Yeah. There's some really dope people we're going to have. And it's
going to be very eclectic.
Yeah. And maybe down the line we can get some people to explain a song or two that they put on there. Yeah. So we'll see how it comes.
Yeah. So, I think that's a good synopsis of what we're going to do here. If you want to check out the brand's website, it's debonairmaterial.com. Social media is at debmaterial for Twitter. So DEB Material. Instagram is Debonair Material, and so is Facebook. So you can do that. And then for the podcast itself, you can email us at branded@debonairmaterial.com. BRNDD is how it's spelled. Kind of wanted to make it unique and stand out from some other things that are out there. So we took out the vowels.
Let's take out the vowels so that you can struggle.
New age wave type thing. But
right.
As far as my social media, I don't really use it, but if you guys get active enough, I'll get back on at Cotton Smooth, COTTEON Smooth, on Twitter and Instagram. But both of those are like dormant right now. But like I said, if we get good response from this, I'll definitely get back on so we can have some communication with our listeners. Right. And what about you?
Everything I have is Ron is Unthawed. That's RONISUNTHAWED. That's my Instagram and Twitter. I just tweet dumb things that I think of during the course of the day. And my Instagram, I just post pictures of food that I eat, really, because I eat better than you. So it's I'm really excited about what it is and what it's gonna become, and hopefully we'll get some people that can relate, and hopefully we get some feedback at some point. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And just make sure you guys, like, comment, subscribe, do all that. Give us some feedback, what you like, what you don't like, and we'll, tailor the show, help you guys out, and we'll go from there.
Cool.
So,
all right, man.